Hey guys, welcome to another video. So a couple of things I want to cover in today's video. Both has to do with core and also with shift. So first, let's run through quickly with the core update. Firstly, I sent out a beta development build last week. This week I will send out another one. Everybody will get it. Don't need to email me and try and scold me because you didn't get it, because you donated 1 cent and you didn't get your copy. You'll get it, don't worry. Um, anyway, that out of the way, I want to just point out that not only do we have a core build that is speeding along quite nicely towards its end goal, but we also have a Debian build. Hello Debian. So we have a Debian core that is now virtually up to par with the Ubuntu counterpart, and so core will most likely be released with both Debian and Ubuntu variants. How awesome is that? No easy task, trust me. Core is quite unique. It takes a hell of a lot of my time to make one build, never mind make it on Debian as well. So yeah, so that's nice that you will have both Debian and Ubuntu counterparts for core. And of course it does support the new themes, the new look, the new everything, with up-to-date files. Not only that, I had to compile XFCE 4.16 as well, so because there is no Debian variant of 4.16, so I had to literally compile it for Debian. So as you can see, it's got the new borders and so forth, the new CSD client-side decorations, which is basically GTK borders. So this is core 4.15 point something. They actually, they're calling it 4.16 pre-release, but if you actually go look at the about XFC, it's actually still labeled as 4.15. But if you break down the version number, it's 4.15.3 something something something. So I guess they just haven't updated the version number because it's not official yet. Anyway, that being said, it is running the pre-release of 4.16. So the reason I install that is to make sure that the operating system's up to date, and if any new versions come out, I'll just compile them, update the version, and so forth. So this Debian is exactly the same as the core. I mean, everything is sort of cloned. Looks the same, feels the same wallpaper, same theme, same mouse cursors, same file manager, same dock, same second dock, same corner trigger, same menus in the corners, the full screen menu, and you've got your pie menu. So everything is exactly the same. The only difference obviously is that the one connects to the Debian repo, the other one connects to the Ubuntu repo for updates, and there will be a couple of different differences, different driver managers, a couple of different packages, but mostly front end you probably won't tell the difference. So people that prefer Debian can run core on Debian, and people that prefer Ubuntu can run core on Ubuntu. One of the big noticeable differences, though, front end is that while Ubuntu repos are on kernel 5.4, the Debian testing repos are on kernel 5.8. So that is quite a jump in kernel there. So the Debian will have a much newer kernel. But it's great news that core now runs on both Ubuntu and Debian. So shift Ubuntu and Debian, now core Ubuntu and Debian. So I've been very hard at work to provide this. Okay, that's the first bit of news. Now the second bit of news has to do with the themes. Now I've been trying to create a theme pack that's standardized across our operating systems. And this is the reason that I created this theme with 24 color variants or 23 color variants, so that you can have virtually any color out of the most common colors, schemes, spectrals, or whatever, to just change your theme to whatever you like, but have one standard theme with like 23 different colors or whatever. And I've tried to make that cross platform, not cross-platform, but cross-platform on our platforms, meaning that I want the same themes running on Shift, I want the same themes running on Core, I want the same themes running on Flash. That way, it's less for me to maintain, but I still provide you with a nice theme pack with, lots of color variants and so forth and so forth. And so this second part that I'm going to speak about is actually for the Shift guys. Now, I'm just going to pause the video for a second and switch to Shift. So I'll be back in a second. So by default, okay, so we're in Shift now. Here we are in Shift. So by default, Shift has the same theme pack. Maybe a couple of variants less in color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 14 here. I'm probably going to up that as well. I'm probably going to increase that color range there. But by default, if you look at Shift, so let's change it to like red or something. It has these old borders, but now with as you can see here, if I open up something like Terminal or whatever, you'll see here now I've implemented these new borders with these new cool effects. I mean, this is really, really nice. So I'm going to be backporting these themes to Shift, so you'll probably get a nice increase in available theme colors, so that's always nice, as well as you'll be getting these funky little borders, that looks much nicer than the old ones, which were quite plain, very, very plain. So you'll be getting these nice updated borders with some nice effects on them. I thought that was a nice little touch. I might increase the theme pack actually, but this is nice news for the Shift guys. So in a sense, because Shift is already using the CSD client-side decorations throughout the operating system, because GNOME supports it out of the box, and this is what I've been working on with Core, it's easy for me to backport to Shift. So basically, in a nutshell, both Shift and Core will be sharing the same theme, basically, essentially. So that will be a standardized thing across Shift and Core, and most likely I'll probably be doing the same in Flash. So the Core, Flash, and Shift basically have the same theme pack. Now, I might put different variants of coloring and so forth into each one, so that there is maybe a little bit of a small difference with that. But for the most part, the themes will be standardized across all three systems. I thought that's nice because we already standardized some stuff. You look at the themes, that's standard. This is standard in Shift, this is standard in Core, it will be standard in Flash. The way we do the themes, the theme manager, that will be standard. The desktop background, how we do the wallpaper thing, this is standard throughout all three. And of course, I'm thinking of adding the conky clock to Shift. So if I do that, that will be a standard thing as well. Probably add it to Flash too. So yeah, there are some things that I'd like to keep standard throughout all three operating systems, or all four, maybe even if we do another Windows. I'm still not sure whether I will. But yeah, keep a couple of things standard. It gives us a sort of a standard look across the operating systems. While each one has its own unique features, there are some things that I'd love to keep standard throughout all the operating systems. So you can look forward to an update to Flash soon that's going to give you some nice funky borders and maybe some theme variants in coloring, maybe even a couple of mouse cursors, who knows. But there will be a nice little theme pack update coming to Shift sometime, probably in the next couple of weeks when I actually get to it, but it is in the works. So that's nice news for the Shift guys, the guys using Shift. And of course, I'll update all the ISO links and so forth with a new theme pack and any new updates since then. I might even backport that conky clock, because that is such a great conky clock. I mean, originally it was okay, it was okay, but it turned out to be such a nice clock that you can enable, disable, do whatever you want with it, that I'm really thinking that should be standard in all Makulu builds. It really should. So I might backport that to Shift as well. We'll see how that goes. So there are a couple of things in the works that I am still looking at Shift and how to improve that as well, especially some of the features that are coming out in Core. Might as well backport them. to Shift, and of course Core itself is awesome. We're still on track for releasing. I'm still just holding back and waiting for the XFCE team to see what they're doing. I mean, I don't want any surprises. There's nothing worse than releasing and then a week after releasing, half your OS is broken because you were impatient and didn't wait, and blah 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 blah. So I think the smart thing to do would be to wait until closer to their 4.16 release to check everything, to make sure that core is running well, that there's no surprises, and that everything's stable, and then and then release. So you guys can look forward to that. It's going to be nice, really really awesome release. And of course Shift. I mean, Shift has always been awesome. But yeah, now the guys will get some backported themes and maybe some updated wallpapers. I know a lot of guys have been going on about the wallpapers, so might look at that as well, and some cursors. Basically, it will be aesthetics update. So probably be themes, some cursors, and maybe some wallpapers or something. I'll still take a look at that over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, some nice updates coming to Shift, and of course Core is now supported with both Debian and Ubuntu, so you get both variants. That, I think, is awesome news as well. And that's my update, guys. I'll make another video soon. I'm gonna start slowing down with the videos. I'll probably make one every couple of weeks, so I would guess that this would probably be my October video. I might make another one in October, but this is the first October video, I think. Might be the only one, we'll see. Anyway, keep safe, keep well, and keep supporting us, and keep watching our videos, and yeah, hopefully Core isn't delayed too long. Cheers.